Insector Haga of Team Ultra Evolution, the Tokyo champion. By age 7, Insector Haga could recite the Latin names of every insect, arachnid, and myriapod in existence. By 11, he had mastered their habitats, diets, and mating rituals. And now, at just 14, he has recently returned to Japan after pursuing a master's degree in biology at the world-renowned Academy of Arts and Sciences in New York City. One part of that story Haga tends to leave out, though, is that he never received that degree. A lifetime of praise from his doting parents and professors has turned him into quite the smug little weevil. His fragile ego had him constantly reminding his classmates how inferior they were, despite being twice his size and age. This superiority complex culminated in him sabotaging his rival classmate before the final exam, leading to his expulsion. Unfortunately for the world of duel monsters, Haga has taken an interest in the game. And he's good. Haga easily swept through most of the Tokyo qualifier, only facing a real challenge in his final match. During his duels, he relishes in comparing his opponents to various insects, claiming that he knows their weaknesses. Haga is not the only 14-year-old from Tokyo in the tournament today. Meet his greatest rival, Dinosaur Ryuzaki of Team Ultra Evolution, the Tokyo runner-up. Don't let Ryuzaki fool you. His harsh, simple approach to life, along with his small size, often leads his opponents to underestimate him. But unlike Haga, who relies on his encyclopedic knowledge, Ryuzaki, like the dinosaurs that he is so fond of, relies on his instincts and strong intuition to subtly read people and situations better than many who are several years his senior. He can't name every dinosaur, and he certainly doesn't know any Latin names. In fact, some of the so-called dinosaurs in his deck aren't dinosaurs at all, but dragons. But he doesn't get bogged down by details, okay? The point is, he likes big lizards who are strong and look cool. That's something that Ryuzaki can understand, and he emulates it with his beat-down dueling style. As two 14-year-olds in Tokyo who both got corporate sponsorships for duel monsters, Haga and Ryuzaki have developed a fierce rivalry that has gained them quite a lot of press. Ryuzaki can't shake the bitterness of their final match, where Haga narrowly defeated him in a thrilling finale. But still, he and Haga knew that most of the other competitors would be working in teams, and that the only way to ensure that they were fit to survive the survival of the fittest was to band together. Ryota Kajiki of Team Ultra Evolution, the Pacific Islands champion. Ryota Kajiki, the son of a fisherman, grew up in a small fishing village on a remote island in the Pacific, where the vast ocean was as much his home as the land beneath his feet. His mother died when he was young, and after her passing, his father would spend countless hours adrift, day after day, month after month, a lone figure in a small boat, finding solace in the rhythms of the sea. Over time, his father grew a deep attachment to the ocean. He swore he could read its moods, sensing when it was playful or sad, calm or furious. The villagers mocked him at first, but the jeers ceased as months turned into years, and still, he had never once been wrong. Eventually, they chose him as their leader, always willing to follow his word on whether the waters were good for fishing. Kajiki grew up watching his father, hoping to inherit this gift, yet no matter how hard he tried, he could never quite feel what his father did. When he asked his father what the secret was, his father only shook his head, telling him that some things come at too high a cost. One night, after most of the village had gone to sleep, Kajiki's father was on his boat, looking up at the stars, as he often did. Suddenly, the ocean turned violent, the waves towering, and with a final, monstrous crash, the sea swallowed him whole. The village was in an uproar, unable to comprehend how he could have possibly been wrong, but Kajiki knew better. His father could never have made this mistake. He spent days walking the shores of the island, looking into the ocean, desperate for some sign, as if the ocean itself would come to life and give him an answer. Then, on the far horizon, he saw it. A ship creeping along with a black mass of liquid trailing behind it. Kajiki rowed out, hoping to get a closer look, but his small raft couldn't reach it before it disappeared into the horizon. Haunted, Kajiki spent days at sea searching for answers. As time went on, more and more of these ships began to appear near their island. The village became a hub for these visitors, and slowly the island transformed, shaped by the tides of commerce as much as the sea itself. It was from these visitors that Kajiki first learned what words the outside world used to describe the mysterious puddle of black that he knew, even if he couldn't prove it, was responsible for the death of his father. Oil spill and accident are the two most common. In agony over the senseless death of his father, Kajiki withdrew, retreating to his boat for hours, letting the ocean cradle him as his father had done. Only then, after experiencing such profound loss, the days became weeks and the weeks became months, did the sea begin to speak to him as well. It was then that he realized that his father's prediction, as always, was right. This gift was not worth the cost. But in the sea, Kajiki felt something new, something his father had not yet grown familiar with on that fateful night. A sickly unease roiling beneath the waves. Sometimes, like the night his father was killed, the ocean would violently come to life, not in anger, but in sickness, like it was retching, heaving, unable to bear the weight of its own contamination. Kajiki could feel these episodes coming, a silent message in the pull of the tides, and when they drew near, he would warn the villagers to close the ports. Recently, some new visitors came to the island with tales of a game that rewarded its winners with the power to reshape the world. Kajiki began to study this new game and quickly became the champion of his region. Unfortunately, Kajiki ended up partnered with Haga and Ryuzaki on the private jet to Duelist Kingdom. They could tell that he was new to civilization, so they tried to convince him that they could help show him the ropes. Kajiki had dealt with his fair share of crooks back on the island. He knew that they would betray him and each other as soon as they got the chance. Still, he accepted their offer. They could be useful to partner with early on, and their planned betrayal would not disadvantage him so long as he could predict their attack and be ready with the first strike.